The birth of a dream. The first professional club from Himachal. On the 29th of August 2020, together we saw a dream. A dream of reviving and promoting the footballing culture in Himachal. Today, after 10 months, we are on our way to create history again, to become the only club in the history of Indian football to play in the first I-League second division and IWL championship in the very first year of inception. And now, to promote football in untouched places and transcend boundaries, the time has come to nurture homegrown talent. We are glad to announce India Rush SC as our development partners. They are the international partner of the US-based world's largest youth soccer club. The organization will offer their globally proven guidance and methodology, and of course, look after future prospects or future stars to bring out the potential of every single child out there dreaming to be a footballer.
Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka and I'd like to welcome all of you here today. You are probably wondering, what am I doing here on your screens? Because of course, it's been quite a difficult year for us footballers and football fans as well. The grounds are closed, matches aren't being played like they used to, but we have something very exciting to share with all of you. And yes, that is the collaboration between India Rush Soccer Club and Techtro Swades United FC. The strategic alliance between India Rush Soccer Club and Techtro Swades United FC looks very promising, I must say. These two organizations have been aggressively pushing development in Indian football. And certainly, this is such a remarkable moment for this collaboration. And of course, my heartiest congratulations to both the clubs on this achievement. Now, I'm sure you want to know a little more about this collaboration, and for that, it is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest. From India Rush Soccer Club, we have their CEO, Mr. Dennis Fernandez. Hello, Mr. Dennis, and let's start off with this very simple question. As we all know, India Rush Soccer Club is the international partner of Rush Soccer, and it is the world's largest youth soccer club and currently is a pioneer in development of football in India. So what should the football community expect from this alliance?
Thank you, Priyanka. We at India Rush are certainly very excited with this alliance with Techtro Swades. Both very energetic organization trying to develop football in India. Rush is a global brand, developing players from grassroots through youth to pro players. Very strong network and has a proven methodology. And since 2012 in India, we have been implementing it with great success. Till now, we were largely focused in Western India, but with this alliance, we look forward for implementing the methodologies and the structure and the network for the player development in North India. Rush has been successful producing players even at pro level. And yesterday's Champions League finals featured one of the Rush alumni, Christian Pulisic. There are names in women's football like Lindsay Horan, who've been representing the US national team at World Cup level. It certainly shows that the organization has everything that is required for the player to develop from grassroots level to a strong youth structure and to become a pro player. The idea is to create intelligent players and giving them exposure to international benchmarks for them to develop. I look forward for this alliance and for developing football in India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis. That was very well put. And now we have Mr. George, the director of India Rush Soccer Club. Welcome, Mr. George. And let me quickly ask you, what is the highlight of the Rush methodology?
Thank you, Priyanka. First of all, I would like to say I'm very happy with this alliance. Joining hands with Techtro Swades will just boost the whole youth system. Coming up and explaining about the highlights of our methodology. The methodology of India IRSC Soccer Club is allowing players to play more matches. There are two improvements which happens while they play matches. First thing is that it helps them to get technically much more better. Number two, helps them to make good decisions, which helps them to develop themselves to become a pro. Our vision is to work with passion and with purpose, which helps the whole system to come together and develop pro players for the country. We are here to build a strong youth setup. So we are coming up with a lot of exciting activities as soon as COVID vanishes. Do also join us into our online activity programs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. George, for sharing that with us. Again, a big thank you to Mr. Dennis and Mr. George. So, moving on, Techtro Swades United FC. What an amazing club. They are based in Himachal Pradesh, and they're such an amazing club, and they have achieved so much in such a short span. Their men's team is going to be competing in the I-League second division, and their women's team will be playing in the final round of the IWL. This is certainly no small achievement, and for that, we definitely like to hear a few words from their founder and director, Mr. Neeraj. Hello and welcome, Mr. Neeraj. We have seen that your club has been making strong strides in football. So tell us, how has the journey been so far?
Thank you so much, Priyanka, for that. The journey has been a roller coaster ride for me, few ups and downs, but still we are, flying high just because of the right people we have, in this initiative who are helping us, who are helping me actually personally as well. Seeing from being the first ever professional club from Himachal to be the champions there of men's and women's and getting nomination for second division and qualification for the IWL. It can't happen in one day. There are lots of people behind it and lots of hard work of all the individuals out there. I don't have fingers to count the names, starting from Ranjit Bhaiya to Deepak sir to Vipin sir, Manas bhai. There are lots of people behind it, and most important, the fans who gave me inspiration, who gave me idea to start this initiative, and I'm sure we will be together achieving a lot. Let's see how things go up in the near future.
Thank you so much, Mr. Neeraj, for sharing your experience. Going forward, this will be the first international club in your region, and this is definitely something to look forward to. So can you tell us how important is it to have a strong partner like India IRSC Soccer Club?
As I said, Priyanka, working with the right people will definitely make this initiative bigger and better. And I think Rush is the perfect choice because Rush have experience. They're in Indian football from 2012, and together the aim is same to go to untold places and to try to grow more homegrown players and to give them professional pathways. And with the experience Russ have, I'm sure together we can help a lot of players and we can, produce more players in the upcoming future for sure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Neeraj. Of course, we have one more person to speak to. He is a very well-known face in Indian football. He has won every title from youth to senior. And it is so incredible to have a player who has represented India in the under-19 squad and is also an Asian record holder. Currently, he is a mentor for Techtro Swades. And yes, now we'd like to speak to Mr. Ranjit Bajaj. Welcome, Mr. Ranjit Bajaj. You have seen it all in Indian football, if I may say. So can you tell us, what does this partnership mean for the development of football in India?
Hi guys, thanks for having me. First of all, let me say what a great news this was that all the way from the US, India IRSC and IRSC organization is partnering with us and taking us forward. In fact, Techtro, I've been mentoring them right from the very beginning. And I think, especially in North India, it's going to bring on a revolution. Why? Because there is nothing in North India. And if you look at the population wise, we've got 800 million people, and I'm talking about just the 10 North Indian states. And the number of clubs representing them in the top league are none. That's what exactly, zero. So the opportunities are more than plentiful, and kids really want to play, and there is no platform. So I think when India Rush comes forward and partners with Techtro, and we have academies all over the place, and on top of that, you are picking up the right persons, right people for doing it, because I know the Techtro people, they've got great hold all over UP, which is probably the biggest state. Is as big as the US. If you talk in terms of population, it has almost 300 million people, and there's no club from there. And that's where they specialize. And especially then coming to Minerva, we've got Punjab, and then again Techtro Himachal is covered by them as well. And Punjab, Haryana, and Delhi is taken care of by Minerva, because we've got Delhi FC as well. So this partnership can really span out and make sure that Rush reaches especially all the parts of North India.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bajaj, for sharing your knowledge and your experience with us. We are so grateful to have you here today. And now we have a special message from the Secretary of Himachal Pradesh Football Association, Mr. Deepak Sharma.
नमस्कार, मैं दीपक शर्मा, महासचिव हिमाचल प्रदेश फुटबॉल संघ। आज बहुत खुशी की बात है कि टेट्रो यूनाइटेड और रश इंडिया का टाई अप होने जा रहा है, जो कि बहुत ही एक खुशी की बात है। और जहाँ तक मैं समझता हूँ कि इन दोनों की पार्टनरशिप से हिमाचल प्रदेश के फुटबॉल के लिए बहुत कुछ हमें अच्छी एक सहायता मिलने वाली है। और मैं इन दोनों की पार्टनरशिप को लेकर बहुत उत्साहित हूँ। आशा करता हूँ कि आने वाले समय के अंदर आप दोनों मिलकर हिमाचल प्रदेश फुटबॉल संघ के साथ हिमाचल के फुटबॉल को उठाने के लिए हमेशा सहयोग करते रहेंगे। और मैं भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आपका क्लब और रश इंडिया हमेशा उन्नति की ओर चलें। धन्यवाद। जय हिमाचल।
So that's all from us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, this is just the beginning, and there's so much more exciting activities coming up ahead. So do stay tuned to our social media. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining in. Stay safe and take care.